I did the Lich thing. I wasn't very happy with the outcome. Because either you become a Lich, right? And Zacharias holds your phylactery. And he's like, haha, I'm not going to give it to you until you beg and say that I'm your master.
That is not far.
I'm like, okay. I really don't want to do that. And he's like, well, I can destroy your phylactery. And I'm like, you're still going to die. And he's like, but, ha ha ha. So if you let him do it, then he'll destroy your phylactery. And then it's like, oh, well. Doesn't result in the game over or anything, but I just think that's kind of annoying. So I looked it up and found that there's potentially a third option that I want to explore and try. Cheese. And I'm doing this because of all the very annoying bugs that I've encountered playing this game. I didn't show you all of them, but there were a lot of them. Like Camellia not being able to heal, and, you know, the, what was it? That time with the Quickwood, whatever the heck it was, and both Sociel and Nenyo just kept running back and forth through them, and I'm like, that's not how fear works, but whatever. So, I'm gonna
You are my favorite aide.
see what I can do to get away with cheese.
Ready for anything. This spell doesn't work like that. As it should be.
There we are. Excellent.
That is not far.
How do I get out? I may have to reload, but that's the general idea. Oh. Yeah, so basically this is the two options here. It's like, haha. It's like, please don't. Right? Will allow you to keep your unlife. And you're not allowed to kill him. That's stupid. My phylactery. There we go. Deadly magic ability. Deadly magic, 2 additional uses. Only equipped by a Lich. Duh. That's weird. I wear it like a bracelet. Anyways. So I got my phylactery. And poor old Zacharias here, uh-oh. He doesn't have his. Meaning a satisfying ending for me. So the whole reason why I wanted this encounter was for this reason here. Where are you? I'm gonna drop it. Right.
That is not far.
Follow the game's own rules. Zacharias, I believe it's time for us to break up. Did you hear that? Satisfying. Alright, let's move on.
After breaking the blockade of the demon armies and defeating Descari, the Crusade forces close in on the Threshold Fortress. The place where 100 years ago, the first rift between the planes was opened. The place where this story will end.
Alright, here we go. How are we gonna do this? We need to make it here. Get a little peek. Just an open field. Alright. How are we gonna do this? Delamere? I'm gonna send you up.
Time's not waiting.
Remember to scout ahead. Oh. Uh-oh. Ah, crap. Who are they? Oh, Hairlichter. Oh, it's the Hell Knights. Ooh. Cool. Uh-oh. Flay for purpose. Ooh, ouch. Oh, that's one.
In due time.
Ow! That really hurt.
Let me help.
Let's see here. Oh. Oh, what is that? Ew. Oh, there we go. Oh. Right, let the, you know, big scary monsters deal with it. What is that? Desolating Nightcrawler. Touch of 2. I guess it's not that bad, actually. Yeah, we should be alright. Alright. The ending of the story lies before us. It's time to turn the last page. Who's that? Alright, here we go. Hey, it's Storyteller. Alright. How you doing?
Time's not waiting.
Go forth, remember, history is being made here this day. Oh, yeah.
That is not far.
These fights are brutal. I hope, yeah, we can't rest here, so I hope it's over soon. Oh. Abadar, preserve us mortals who stand in the way of chaos. Who's that? Arsinoe. No, don't go off by yourself. What are you doing? Oh, swarms. Okay, we can deal with swarms easily enough. Oh. You're only level 12. Just be careful, okay? Ooh. Oh, you're alive. Okay, good. Whew. I'll stay here in case they bring any wounded in need of help. Oh, yeah. Where are we going? Oh, we're almost there. Cool. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. That's scary. Oh, Kormzade. $1,200 hit points. And of course, gets crit as he runs by. Of course. Yeah, of course it's a natural 20. Anyways, can I flay for purpose him? Ooh. Okay, hey, who's that? Oh, Septimus, the vampire guy. Oh, okay. Alright, I have a little trick I want to try with Camellia here. Might take her a little bit, but yeah. Yeah. Haha. Make her really big. See if that helps. Ow.
Retreat is not an option.
That's fine. Uh-oh. I don't have any more hastes, unfortunately. Ooh. All right.
Pain is
What happened to him? Oh, really? What happened to him? Oh. It's one of the items I have. Cool. I'm actually glad that they actually failed their rolls for once. Have the courage to meet me in the flesh. Stop with your games.
There will be no more games, trust me. And I definitely won't run. There is too much at stake. The path to your souls and the world womb's healing demands my death. The accursed threshold prison where everything began must be where everything comes to an end. So I invite you in once again. Cross this threshold. I'll be waiting for you in the heart of the fortress, in the place where the wound was opened.
It's so exciting. And we leveled up. Oh. Alright. No. Alright, we leveled up. Cool. I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Woo! Let's go. Alright. Ooh. This is scary. Alright, Delamere, you're up. Oh. What's going on? You hear the sound of laughter. Then the lady in shadow begins to speak. You do not disappoint, my chosen. Your performance has been flawless. I hope you will continue to impress me, and that you will do what needs to be done in the end. Stop playing games. I do not belong to you, and neither will my victory. Sure, whatever it takes to make you feel better about yourself. I have to go. In the past, you have rejected my profane gift, but the situation is different now. You face a dangerous enemy, and you'll need all the help you can get. So for the first time in many ages of my existence, I'll offer my patronage a second time. You spurned me once, and now I will ask you again. If you accept my power, I will protect you during your fight against Aurila Verlesh. If you refuse, you will face her alone and die. What will you choose? I don't need your gift. You will regret your decision. In your moment of defeat, you'll remember the victory that could have been yours. But your keen insight pleases me. You are defiant, headstrong, and driven, just like me. I do not yield to the power of others. I refuse to give up my independence, and it seems that you are the same. We have so much in common. Is it possible that you are more deserving of my gift than the obedient servants who subjugate themselves to my will? Yes, I think I'll give you my gift after all. I have woven this wreath from the darkest, most insidious shadows of the abyss. Wear it as a sign of my respect. You have made the right choice. Your soul has the strength and fortitude to cast aside the Lady in Shadow's lies. There is hope for you yet. I wish you a good fortune, Crusader. Go forth and do what must be done. All right. All right. Whew. Save it. Oh, that was harrowing. All right, moving on.
Ready for anything.
Does that count towards me? Oh, it does. Good. All right, what's next? Delamere, you're up. Ooh. Fortunately, death is more of an inconvenience than anything, so.
Oh, yes, what?
Excellent. Who the hell's that? Quivering pile of metal bears little resemblance to a living creature. The voice that addresses you is the only sign of its sentience. Identification process complete. Crusaders recognized. Crusaders are enemies of Aurila Vorlesh. Initiating protocol. Communication with a potential ally. Step 1. A request. Crusader, I ask you to attack and kill me. Why do you want me to kill you? Necessity. My existence sustains the energies and integrity of the Threshold Fortress. The Threshold Fortress protects Aurila Vorlesh. Conclusion. My existence sustains the enemies of order. My existence must be terminated. Obstacle. Existing protocols. Self-destruction is prohibited. Self-defense is permitted. If you attack me, you will activate my self-defense protocols. I will defend myself. I will be destroyed in battle. This scenario fulfills the objective and does not contradict existing protocols. Okay. Well, free Imazelen. Well, first off, I just want to see who Imazelen is. Level 35 outsider. Oh. Shield, Foresight. What does Foresight do? Oh, okay. Fast dealing 20. Alright. Very curious. Ooh, I can. Sweet. Alright. Here we go. What?
As it should be.
What's going on? I have no idea what's going on here.
Dismissed as a calculation error. You knew failure was a possibility. Then why? Why?
Because I want you dead. I'm going to kill you.
Yes, it's decided. I will tell you the truth before we fight to the death. Would you like to know why I upended your life?
Speak.
This place is my demi-plane. I created it when I was a prisoner in Threshold. I would slip away to conduct my rituals here in secret. This is where I decided to create what mortals would later call the World Wound. This is where I made all my preparations. Do you understand? Escaping was never my goal. I could have easily disappeared from Threshold. I could have passed through it like water through sand. Some believe that I brought Sarkoris to ruin out of revenge. And there is some truth to that. I had reason to take revenge. You didn't listen to my words in Iz, and you didn't find a way into the secret part of my laboratory. Otherwise, you would know what I'm talking about. My laboratory. The old house in the middle of nowhere that marked the entrance to my lab. It was the home of Arilu Vorlesh when I was still a mere mortal. I lived there with my daughter away from the din of the crowd and sheltered from the keen gaze of the Sarkorian witch hunters. It was a place where the reality of our world was in close proximity to the Abyss. A place where I could study the magic forbidden to all Sarkorians. I thought I had hidden my home well, but I was wrong. They found it. They found us. At that hour, I was there, in the laboratory. That damned laboratory I loved so much. I was absorbed in one of my experiments when the hunters arrived on our doorstep. I was sitting at my desk, recording my observations, thoughts, and calculations, as was my habit. That's when I heard the noise outside. The fight was brief. It barely lasted a moment. By the time I sensed that something was amiss and hurried out to see what was happening, it was too late. All I could do was cradle the body of my dead child and cry after their departing soul. I promise.
You put your daughter at risk when you violated the laws of your land. You are to blame for everything that has happened.
I have no interest in the legality of their actions. Laws, blame, such things do not concern me.
Tell your dead daughter that.
Look around you. This demiplane. The first time I escaped from my cell and ran here, I was trying to resurrect my daughter. I tried many things, but all my efforts were in vain. The soul had already received Pharasma's judgment, and had been sent on the path determined by the gods, into the Abyss. And when I realized that, I rebelled. But not against my jailers, not against those who had murdered my child, not even against Sarkoris. My uprising was against destiny, death, and the laws that the gods had forced upon our lives. I realized then that I wouldn't be satisfied with simply returning my daughter to life. I had to shatter this order once and for all, and make it so that neither Pharasma and her lackeys, nor death itself, could ever stand between us. Only by stepping beyond the bounds of what had been ordained for mortal kind, by obtaining powers that rivaled the divine, could we become free. And with this newfound purpose, I turned myself into a half-demon. Fusing the spiritual essence of the two planes was the only way I could achieve my goal. I let the Abyss into my soul, and into this world. I opened the World Wound. I danced around 3 demon lords, making them assist me without ever revealing my true intentions. They just believed they were dealing with another power-hungry mortal. But in reality, I was after one thing. I wanted to find what was left of my daughter's soul and give her a new birth. One that would prevent anything from ever harming her again. And then I found you. I chose you because I felt a faint affinity to you. I thought your soul could accept the remains of my daughter's soul, like the soil accepts a seed. I thought that I could bring back my child by tethering the mangled remnants of her soul to a pure mortal soul untouched by the abyss. I thought the power of the Nahindrian crystals would allow me to protect her forever. That I could tear her away from the dominion of mortal nature. But I was mistaken in both assumptions. Now I'm about to face the consequences of my mistake. You will witness them as well.
Okay. Wow. Oh. Oh, what's happening?
Save the last one.
All right, here we go. Oh. Oh, good hits. All right.
Retreat is not an option.
Arids? Yeah, sure. Okay. Huge Earth Elemental. Sweet. Very good. Oh, nice hit.
Patrizio Durinos! Kneel before me.
Right. Oof. No. Where is it? Heal mass. There we go. Ah. What can you do? Miss horrifically. Gotcha. Yeah. I want you. Yeah. Okay. Now do whatever it is you all like doing. Okay.
Be gone, fiend! This one's mine! Tio,
Make room, huh? Yeah, see what I mean?
press the attack!
Eventually I'd like a turn, you know? Eventually.
Patrizio Durinos! Not an option!
Reginald's the only one who could actually do anything feasible because even if he misses, he'll still deal damage. But yeah, I have a turn. I'm gonna run like hell. Alright, guys, come on. Go. There you go. Hope what they did was a good thing. I really do.
Patrizio Turinos!
Ow.
Kneel before me.
What do we do next? Oh yeah. Crazy amount of summon spells. Cool. I'm just trying to think of what to do now. Whatever. This is why I play turn-based. Because you didn't see it, but I actually had to do this fight many, many, many times. She just kept AoEing everybody into the ground, so I'm like, what do I do? Well. Doing that stupid thing again. Alright, whatever. Just go. You're never going to be able to. Yeah. Uh-oh. Whatever, it's fine. Emma. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, is that how I do it? Whatever. I'm curious of something. Ah. It's a little cheap, but whatever. At this point, I just want this to be done. Oh, I'm stupid. It's a stupid tidal wave spell. But thankfully, it's nowhere near me. It's Social's turn. I need to... And he rolled a 1 versus armor class 2. Where's Social anyways? Oh. Alright. If I have to out-cheese the game, I'm going to, because, seriously. Oh, okay. Now. This is fine. Alright, here we go. Let's split up so we don't wind up getting hit by an AoE. Yeah, stay out of AoE range. Not that one. Oh yeah, here it is. Bonus 6. Roll higher. Roll higher. Come on. God damn it.
Soa, Taya.
There we go. Freaking hell.
Soa, Taya.
There we go. Holy crap.
I never thought that I would be responsible for the creation of my most powerful enemy.
I can see you, Suture. Show yourself.
I've been waiting for you to get distracted, so I can stab you in the back.
I'm done with this conversation.
My lady, I will fight for you!
I'm not going to flee for my life. You need me to seal the wound, don't you? You think you've won? No. We have both lost.
Save the last one for me.
Well, here we go. Ah, yeah. My turn? Suture's right there. You rolled a 1? That's so stupid. Oh. Did she lose her turn? Alright, Domain of Hungry Flesh. Where are they? Awesome, awesome. We got this. Nenyo, just... ugh. That's fine. Why are you running? Not like Camellia can move anyways. No. You'll be consumed. Weird question. I don't think that'll work, but... No. Alright. Fair enough. What was that? Don't get any closer than you need to. You know, Reginald, just hang tight. Ow, 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 ow. Uh-oh.
Go.
Yeah. Oof. I'm getting out of here. Why can't they move, though? Old monster. Ugh. Well, I hope you don't think this is hostile. I'm trying to free you. Right. Aha. Sheesh. It's fine.
This one's mine.
Negative 214 hit points. Ooh. Okay, cool. Shield of Faith. Or not. She's low on hit points. What's going on? Oh! No! Go away. Oh no. Ah, crap. Sorry, Nenyo. I panicked. Actually, yeah. Hey. Nenyo wasn't close enough? Crap. Get her.
Not an option.
What's going on? The arcane flames disappear in an instant, as if they were erased rather than extinguished. The body of Arilu, architect of the World Wound, betrayer of humanity, slumps to the floor, leaving alone with the greatest work, the World Wound. I rule life and death, and I know how to trick fate. My phylactery holds a part of my soul. I will relinquish it to reseal the wound and continue my existence, for such is the power of undeath. Sometimes you just can't save everyone. Life and death, destiny and great deeds, answers to mysteries, the search for one's true path. The mind can comprehend all of these, and then such concepts can be written down as a sequence of formulas, a series of lines, a chain of thought. Still, a moment always comes to when it's time to wrap up, to reach a conclusion, to put a period at the end of the last sentence. The impossible rift, the bleeding wound that tormented all of Galarian for 100 years, was finally healed. By sacrificing her soul, which she had placed in her phylactery, the commander severed the last ties that bound her to her mortal past. The goddess Uragotha looked upon this favorably and filled a void left by the forfeited soul with her dark wisdom. And in that darkness, the commander saw what the Pallid Princess had planned for her, to become the leader that would be the march of the undead legions to storm Pharasma's realm. The time of the inevitable rebellion was rapidly approaching. The Fifth Crusade may not have lasted long, but in that short time, Dresden became the commander's city, her bulwark, her citadel. Unsurprisingly, she remained the ruler of the city and surrounding lands after spectacular victory at Threshold. The former lands of the World Wound became a realm of death. The dark towers of Dresden enticed many who yearned for a taste of forbidden knowledge. The undead legions safeguarded the necromancers who spat on Pharasma's taboo as they delved into the mysteries of death. Each of them sought to follow the commander's footsteps, throw off the chains of mortality and find eternal in death. The memory of Tar-Baphon and his deeds faded, and the shadow of a new, more terrifying evil fell upon Avestan. The Crusaders who had been spared by the commander in Dresden fled Mendev, fearing the fickle nature of the Lady of Death. They found their shelter in Lastwall, where they immediately began pressuring the Knights of Ozem to launch a shining crusade against a new threat. But it was not the armies of the powerful nations or brave paladins that marched on Dresden first. Pharasma herself declared war on the commander. Her priests spread word that a new Lady of Death had come to power and vanquished the Lady of Graves. Thousands were slain in fierce battles, and thousands joined the ranks of the undead host. But Dresden was not forsaken by its allies. Aid came to the kingdom of Geb. The enlightened and noble undead were glad to extend their greetings to their new friend, and expressed their hopes that Avestan would come to see the civilized coexistence between mortals and the undead was possible. The wise and reserved Lord Septimus became the keeper of Dresden's laws, the protector of the rights and freedoms of all its sentient denizens. Many believed that Dresden would have a bright future as an independent political power, but the city never established strong diplomatic ties, remaining in the eyes of the world no more than a willful province of Mendev. Without powerful and reliable allies, the menacing Dresden citadel was forced to fight for survival alone. With the war concluded, most of its defenders hastily left Dresden. The memory of the terrible sacrifices made in the battles for the city was too hard to bear. Within a century, Dresden has become a dilapidated, insignificant backwater. Queen Galfrey died, leaving no direct heir. Mendevian society was soon mired in political plots and petty power struggles, subjected to an ever-changing cast of rulers and pretenders to the throne. But none was able to win the love of the people or achieve the level of national unity for which Mendev had been renowned in the reign of Queen Galfrey. The ward stones from the chain that once guarded the borders of Mendev were carefully disassembled, one by one. The angels that would have been trapped inside returned to heaven, to heal their wounded spirits and prepare for new battles against evil. Lady in Shadow found a way to benefit from the situation. By magnanimously accepting the warriors from the destroyed armies from Baphomet and Discari, she significantly bolstered the might of the Midnight Isles. The Demon Lord Baphomet suffered a defeat. The world wound was closed, and the convenient passage to Golarion was sealed along with it. Baphomet shifted his attention to the realms of other demon lords. A cell of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth was soon discovered in Alushanira. Demon Lord Discari suffered a defeat. He bided his time, continuing to plot his invasion of Golarion, and after that, of heaven itself. The cultists that remained in Golarion went mad, one after another, tortured by the nightmarish dreams their lord sent to them. The commander's escapades in Alushanira left a lasting impression on its denizens. Under Zeklex's management, the battle bliss eventually fell. Okay, we're skipping Alushanira because I'm so sick and tired of that place. Alright, that was happy. Yay. Now alone, Anevia left, quietly and unnoticed, leaving no notes or traces. No one ever saw her again. The storyteller, as old as the tales he collected, continued his travels across Golarion, occasionally beyond. He never knew that out there somewhere was one story he would never find, his own. Once the war had ended, Camellia grew bored and irritable. Shortly afterward, on a moonless night, she vanished. That event was preceded by a futile attempt to drive a dagger into the former commander's heart. A month later, an assassin by the name of Myria arrived in Varicia. She had few things in common with the missing woman, in part with the fondness of cutting out hearts of her victims. Just like Benduag. Camellia, you know that doesn't work, right? It's like, The Fifth Crusade ended, but not the personal crusade of the mad young preacher. Without saying goodbye to anyone, she left to continue her endless wayfaring along the roads of Golarion, helping the distressed and preaching love and kindness to villains. Ember School. Soon after the war, the tireless researcher of all things researchable embarked on a new journey. She had a new sudden urge to know how much time it would take to visit every nation on Golarion. She never returned. No, she did not perish. She simply got carried away with another experiment and forgot to come back. Shortly after the conclusion of the Fifth Crusade, Darren Arenday's body was discovered at one of his estates. His head was missing. Any attempts to find it proved futile. Ooh. After the victory, Socio returned home. He humbly officiated at the Temple of Shaylin, painted, grew sweet-smelling fruits, and made the best wine in the region. He disliked talking about the war. When asked, he would tersely say that no good came of the wars, and those who sought glory in them would only find death. He would always use his brother Trevor as an example of someone who dreamed of becoming a hero and was swallowed up by the world wound, vanishing without a trace. During the war, Socio met an engineer by the name of Aaron Kerr. That meeting turned into a friendship, which turned into love. Then it was only time for the wedding. Later, the cleric would say that only the memory of his beloved had allowed him to cope with the Tower of the Abyss and keep his sanity. Reginald Derenge wrote a treatise on waging war against the demons, both a practical manual and a philosophical exhortation. Once that was done, he succumbed to the bleaching completely. He was posthumously reinstated in his order and buried with honors in the officers' cemetery. His treatise was used in all future wars against the Abyss by mortals, angels, and devils alike. Before he died, he managed to send a letter to the commander. Did it contain sincere farewells or a list of directives? Impossible to say. No one was privy to the contents except the recipient. War was over, but Arushali's wandering had only just begun. Desna's riddle. And what do you dream about? Rang in the ears of succubus who renounced evil but never found good. She continued to roam all around Golarion, serving mortals and hoping one day for the coveted answer.
And what of me, the writer of these words? The half-demon witch known as the architect of the world wound. I was defeated and fell at the hand of the one I had tried to transform. My experiment ended in failure, and my life ended along with it. I have recounted the story of my life for you, Pharasma, Lady of Graves. Not only of my life, but of the Commander's also. I believed the tale of such an illustrious figure would pique even a goddess's curiosity. Now you know everything. I await your verdict, Goddess.
Wait a minute, I'm at war with Pharasma. Hell no, I'm kicking down her door. Oh. Never mind.
Urgathoa's servants are not welcome in my halls. Begone, and never dare appear here again. As for you, Arilu Vorlesh, you wrought great evil, while it stemmed from the evil that was done to you. Your actions far exceeded it. Your soul is dark, and there is only one place for you in the universe. I shall send you to the Abyss, plane of pain and fury, suffering and privation. That which you have done to others will now be done to you. So be it.
The end. We did it. Wow, that was such a journey. Oh, man. All right. I had to suffer through the end because I had this nasty cold that's forming right now, but stuck through. We did it. We completed it. That was a crazy adventure. Oh, man. All right. That was fun. There was a couple of bugs that was frustrating, and it did get tedious at sometimes, but it was fun. All right. So, this is Johnny R signing off for the night. Have a good night, everyone.